Aloha from Hawaii. Welcome to Breaking the Surf. It's our second episode. For those that have no idea what this is about, we are co-living surf break in Hawaii and Puerto Escondido. We are a community of digital nomads. We host people from all over the world, amazing entrepreneurs doing amazing things with amazing vibes for the world. We thought it was just the moment to share the life-changing experiences of these individuals, not only in Hawaii, but in the whole world. Stacklist is one of these amazing, and I want to make emphasis in amazing products that I'm obsessed with. On the first episode, we had the co-founder, Kyle. He told us about this beautiful and powerful lady, the co-founder, and we couldn't help but to have her here today talking about the magic that she and him are doing in the world. May I introduce you to Martina? Martina, welcome.
To be
Hola, me
here
encanta
and
el saborcito. And you're not even Latina. You are from
Croatia. Yeah. I'm not
Croatia.
Latina, but Latinas and Mexican soap operas were really big in Croatia at the time. So I know a couple of words, the crucial ones, of course.
Okay, when we're just about to wrap up the episode, we need to sing just for the sake of us. I don't think anyone else is really going to love it, but as long as you and I are connected. Your story is quite unique. Female, super young, making an impact in the US. How did that happen? And let me ask little by little. You are officially a surf breaker, which means that you're part of our community. You're staying in Hawaii in our co-living space. But before that, let's go way before. Not even to your childhood, but let's say 5 years ago. What were you doing 5 years ago before you arrived in this magic land?
I was a freelancer. Actually, 5 years ago, closer to 6, I started my freelancing journey. In 2019, I joined the first freelancing platform and I passed all the tests you can imagine without the AI. I need to emphasize that one. So, no help from ChatGPT or whatever. So,
I don't know how we did that, but okay. That's even kudos to you. Okay, go on.
yeah, I'm not sure as well. So I was in the TopTal community and I landed my first freelance gig and I was feeling this huge imposter syndrome. Oh my God, what am I doing here? Will I be able to deliver this project? Like, what's happening? And little by little, I found that I'm good at what I do. Not the best for sure, but persistence makes the difference. That's what I would say.
I really love how humble you are. You and Kyle are very unique. Before I keep on asking questions about your past, you are the co-founder of Stacklist. This is so revolutionary. Few words, would you tell us what is Stacklist again? If you
Yeah,
didn't
sure.
catch the first episode. Once again.
Yeah, save anything from anywhere that matters to you the most. Keep it private or share it with the world. Yeah, whatever restaurants, books, movies, articles you want to read. We are the platform, web, and app that you can just easy access and share.
And I love this because we went through the whole description of your product, your service with Kyle. This is a tool that let people enjoy life through the eyes of their community, through the eyes of the best friends. For instance, we as Surf Break, we are using your service to let the members know what we love the most, how to have fun. Tell us a little bit more about how did this happen in your life? You are working as a freelancer. You're in your country, you're like coming to the US, and then how?
That was a unique story. So basically, Kyle posted a job ad at one of the freelancing platforms I'm part of, and I saw it and I was like, I should really apply for this one. It resonates with me even from the job description. It was like all the technologies I did, and the story was really good, and so on. And by the time I applied, I was really kind of, pardon my language, but pissed off at the platform that I was engaged with because they didn't provide me with anything valuable until that point. So I was like debating maybe I should just ditch that, interview and not do it and, whatever. And then my husband was like, but that sounds you, like you should do it. And I'm like, Okay, yeah, what the hell? Like, I'll do that 30 minutes interview. And
We met
then,
your husband. Like, we can see that he can push you to your limits sometimes. That's fantastic. What did the ad said? We're looking for amazing, smart people that would change the world. Like, what was the
oh,
job description?
just like the best developer ever, the most handsome one. No, I'm kidding. It had all the technologies I worked in. It said like, we are changing the world basically, and the value of saving. And imagine, even nowadays, when I come back to our first interview, Kyle asked me how would I share my best place in the world, and my best place is probably Madison Square Garden because I love basketball. So I was like, well, probably I would go to Google Maps, find it, share it with you, and he was like, yeah, and that's what's broken, and that's completely true.
What a good way to actually let you know, hey, there's
Yeah.
this gap in the world, and this is what I bring to the table. Was it a one-on-one interview, like online? Did you get to see his face or phone interview?
No, no, no. Online, everything these days is like video interviews all the time. And it was 30 minutes. And from the moment we started the conversation, we were like, okay, yeah, we see the bigger picture and we clicked immediately. So it was really nice.
Were you able to understand the importance of this product you were creating? Because sometimes it's hard to explain. Once you understand, it's like, whoa, okay, we really need this. But was he able to explain the whole extent of it?
I think at the beginning, even, I mean, he says like he saw 5 years in the future, but even for him, it was like that first sentence was brilliant. Like, how would you share thing? And I was like, man. And then you catch yourself in a moment where you think, okay, why doesn't this exist? Like, that should be easier, right? When you go travel, for example, I'm now in Hawaii, how do I save things? When I go back to Croatia, a bunch of people will ask me, oh, can you recommend something? What did you see? And price previous to Stacklist, I would be like, wait, what was it? It was such a good place, but I can't remember. And now I just bam, 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 save, save, save. And when somebody asks me, I will just pull it up, one click, and here you go.
Yeah, it's truly unique and easy, and it actually satisfies something that especially Americans are looking for, which is to save time. Hopefully to use it in something beautiful and spend time with family, but everyone wants to save life. So you get this interview, you see Kyle, we've seen him, we've met him. He is such a good soul. What happens after?
Basically, he was like, can you start Monday?
We don't have no time to waste. Come on board. And you had to make decisions.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. I mean, I was in between projects. I was wrapping up one project at the time, and I was like definitely looking for something else. So I was like, yeah, Monday sounds good, but I had another one, so I was like part time. I cannot commit full time at the moment. I need to finish what I engaged with, and he was like, yeah, no worries, part time is good. We
That's how
started
it
off with part
starts.
time.
That's how they
Yeah.
get you. Now you're committed Saturday, Sunday, holidays, all of the time, because this is worth it. You start working with him. How is this starting to make sense? When I talk to Kyle, he says that you are the creative part, the one that comes with the crazy ideas. And, he's talking and you're already thinking on how to resolve that. That's what makes projects unique when you actually each other as a team. How did that happen?
I think from the moment we met, we were like that. Like he talks product, I think in my head about solution and how we can execute on that as fastly as possible because I've been working in startups most of my life and execution and being fast and pushing to production and pushing all the stuff features and just evolving the product is crucial for startup because you don't know what people will use, you don't know what features will stick, what will not, what will happen. I think that mindset, my mindset of, yeah, let's just push it, ability to execute on that, and then his vision of the product and the ideas and iterations and so on makes the best impact.
And then you start growing and the product, the service, the customers start growing and growing and growing to the point that you have to come to Hawaii. We'll explore that in a little while. But how is this happening in your life? How do you handle that, the growth? Were you expecting this success?
Well, no, I mean, yes and no. Okay. I mean, you always hope for the product that you're working on that it will be a success and that you'll see something out of it and you enjoy when people are using it and they are telling you how good it is, no bugs, no issues. That's something that I thrive on and that I really take close to heart when I hear those kind of feedbacks. But yeah, no, to your point, I was at the beginning, I learned from the in the past to not get attached to people and products because things can shift and change very, very fast. So at the beginning, it was just another product, another project that I was working on, but I think it was always closer to my heart. But I learned, so I was like, okay, I will not
Right,
be
right.
too attached to that. But then October came by and he asked me to be a co-founder, and without even hesitation or negotiation or whatever, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. So
And the responsibility shifted immediately from becoming or from being an employee, you're becoming a co founder, meaning if everything sinks, if everything goes up, you're also navigating that. Did you have to think? You said that it was very organic. How about the family? Did you have to talk with the husband? You're super young, but you have two beautiful kids and a beautiful husband. Let's say a handsome husband, at least to your eyes, to everyone's eyes. But did you have to discuss that with the family?
well, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's amazing that he always has my back, and no matter what I decide, I know we'll work it through and make it somehow work. So, but yeah, we spoke a lot, and he understands that startups are my journey, and this was unique opportunity to be part of something bigger, not just a developer, but on a higher level with more responsibility and with like being on the position where you can execute the vision in a different ways, which is like amazing. And I'm not the classic developer, as you know, like I like socializing, I like interacting with people. I'm not just behind the laptop and coding. I thrive in this kind of environment. So he was like, yeah, do it. You do you.
That time, had you met Kyle in person, or it was just?
Yeah, no, it was so funny. Like we worked online. I mean, we speak basically every day on Zoom, Google Meet, or whatever. And then first time we met was this year in January, end of January, and we were like meeting on Columbus Circle, and it was like, hi, hi, okay,
Was it
like.
awkward?
Oh, it was awkward. Yeah. Like, what should we talk about? When we meet online, it's specific conversation. It's like, okay, we should discuss this and that. And then you discuss this and that. And then when you meet in person, there is so much time around you. And it's like, okay, how are you?
And now you should see for the rest of all of our viewers and listeners how they get along so good now. So just let me get a little bit emotional and very corny because these connections between humans are still possible even though we're in the other side of the world. You were in Croatia, he was in the US, you started working together, but that connection that, hey, let's do business together, let's create this monster, this huge thing together without even like shaking hands properly still worked. So I just want to say that I really do believe that humans and our connection is powerful, even through computers and distance. And in Hawaii, that's, the Ho'oponopono, it's called. There's power in the intention. So you meet for the first time, you have like a workman's, no, it's not a romance or a romance, like a workman's because the first minutes were uncomfortable, but then you connected.
That day. Even the next one, it was like, yeah, that feeling when you meet somebody, but you think you know them your whole life. It's like with some people, it's like that, and then the conversation flows. You know exactly like what the other person is like feeling and what we should do, and when you push boundaries and you're like, okay, no, let's step back. We'll not do that because you don't like it. So learning about each other at the first when we first met in person to come here in Surbreak in Hawaii and spend 2 months together.
RJ, our founder, and I, we work really close, and I absolutely understand the yin yang, the positive and the rational, how important it is. When is the moment on where this starts growing to the point that you and him are like, okay, this is actually happening? Is there an aha moment on where you're like, okay, this is actually very big?
Well, I think that moment happened after we first launched on Product Hunt, and we saw like a big chunk of users coming our way, a big chunk of feedback that were good, positive, nothing was breaking, and all of a sudden we had like 7K users, and then we were like, okay, our goal is to reach 10K, and we reached that, and we were like, okay, this can potentially be the thing. So I think that was the moment where it was.
And I get so emotional. How do you guys celebrate your success?
When we are in person, we go out.
Wise people, when you are far away, how do you do that?
Well, I don't know. Like we get on these kind of meetings and we just talk it through and enjoy the moment.
And it's beautiful because you're starting to know his family. He's starting to know yours. So it's like a group of ohanas, we call it here, growing together. If you do good, the rest of the family does good. But let's go in the other way. How do you deal with defeat and when things don't work out? How do you handle that?
We lift each other up. So it's really amazing how even in business connections, as in personal ones, with your husband or whatever, it's like ups and downs, but at the same you are not riding the same wave at the same time. So it's like if I'm down and he's up, he'll lift me up and vice versa. So we really do balance each other out, and we got to know each other pretty well that we now understand when the other person is okay, let's give it a couple of hours and then we'll talk about it and come to the solution. But to be honest, we don't argue, we don't have any kind of disputes like we will be on the opposite sides. It's more like a conversation or towards what we are aiming for and what we are going to do.
Thank you for saying that because for us, a surf break as a community of digital nomads, that is our foundation. Relationships based on respect, attitude, enjoying what you're doing, being transparent with each other, but also with the world. And we see over and over that our members are thriving and are successful because they live a life full of values, meaning they care for each other, they are honest with each other. I'm not saying that that's the only way to do business, but in our community, we see such success in people when they're doing those sort of steps, if you call it. Tell us what happens before Hawaii, how you end up in Hawaii. Kyle told us his story, but it's also good to see it from your side because you were in Croatia. How do you end up here?
Actually, when we got accepted into the Blue, we were both together in New York. And we got the email from Blue Hawaiian Startup. Basically, you're in. It said something different. And then we looked at each other and like, okay, but is it really doable? It's across the world. It's literally 12 hours from Croatia with two kids, not too big. And the next day, we were trying to work on logistics, how would that work? Could it work? All the possibilities around that. And then I thought to myself, I think I knew exactly in that moment that I will be coming here because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You
Yes.
don't want to miss this. So
Yes.
for me, it
For
was
those,
just trying to figure out how.
right, like calculated, okay, how am I going to tell my husband? What are my kids going to eat during those days? For those who don't know, Blue Startups, they're allies of Surfbreak, a beautiful group of people, very hard to get in. They take startups such as Stacklist when they are extremely solid and they give it an extra push, but you have to apply. You have to go through interviews, you have to present documents. So they take the best of the best all around the world and they kind of help you thrive even more in Hawaii. Am I describing it correct?
Perfect. Yeah.
So that means that you already were amazing because you qualified and you were actually accepted and you were invited, but that also meant moving a lot of things in your life to actually come here. How do you communicate that to your family?
And how do you communicate that when you are in New York 6 hours behind the time? You know, we cannot even adjust on the same time zone. And I was like sending a message. So that happened while my husband was asleep. And it was beginning of the summer in Croatia, and summer in Croatia is really amazing. So we had the plans for the summer, where will we be with kids, swimming and so on, beach house, all the things that come with it. And I was like, oh shoot, like I need to send a message. And then I texted him, hey, what do you think about Hawaii instead of Korčula, Croatia? And
He's
just
like, no,
that,
no, no, no. Why would you ask?
I didn't say anything else. I was just left it at that. And then he replied while I was sleeping. So that's the worst of the async communication. And he was like, what do you mean? Like, are you loco loco?
You're like, yeah, this is very loco, loco, loco.
Yeah. So when we finally managed to speak in the same day, I explained everything. And yes, I am a bit of loco for sure. But he was at the beginning, he was like, yeah, we'll make it work. So
I just also want to highlight the importance of family and their support in this kind of events, challenges. And this is also very beautiful for us as women because usually years ago it was the men traveling, the men taking the challenges and the women staying home supporting the family. But now women are so empowered and they pick such a beautiful partners that the husbands are also supporting. It's not common. It's not as common as we would love it to be, but it's fantastic that you got that support. How about the kids? Were the kids like, no, I want my mama? Or did they understand how big
no,
this was?
no, they weren't. Like we basically try to raise them where, I mean, we are in Croatia, 4 million people. It's really box country in terms of if you step out of that box, you're considered crazy and you do not fit in. And it's like all kind of judgment around you. So we try to raise our kids in a way you can do whatever you want, wherever you want. Like there is no obstacle. If you are determined and you want to do something, do it. It doesn't matter what it is. So part of this, me doing Hawaii and 2 months away, is also me showing them and in the future telling them that I did that and I was able to do that. So they're able to do whatever they want.
Leave and space when they can be creative by watching the mom, by watching the dad supporting you in your journey. And of course, the other way around, because I understand that it also happens with his career. What happens when you arrive in Hawaii? What is this experience about blue startups that it's been so special for you?
Well, I think from the moment I landed, like meeting people, various kind of people, you know, broadening my experience in terms of what's out there, meeting wonderful people. But from the blue specifically is that acceleration point. Like they really focused us and specified on our niche, really zoomed in on our pitch and how we position ourselves and market ourselves. So I think that was the best from these 7 weeks so far.
7 weeks. It's gone so far. Blue startups put a lot of effort on not only getting the best out of the best in regards of quality of the service and products you are using, but also the kind of people. That's why they are allies of us. We really think that dreamers need to stick with dreamers, stick with values. What's in for the world in this group of people that you have in the blue startup group that you're part of right now? Well, like, what are they creating? Tell us a little bit on the inside.
Magic. Yeah, there are really brilliant ideas all over the place. And I really do wish that each and every one of them executes on that and be determined. And when there is a load, that they keep going. So there is like from space to automotive industry, let's say it like that. So we cover Gliss Wellness. I cannot forget those ladies that are doing their OBGYN application for determining about vaginal issues with women. So we cover bunch of
From
products
vaginas to space, we
from
got it
vaginas
all.
to the space. Yeah, basically
I
this cohort is crazy.
I saw them because you introduced me to some of them. You can see from very young people, like you don't even know if this kid is in college, is he in high school, but you know once you find out that he's extremely smart, to these people that, they're on their 60s and they also have this product that are amazing. And that's what I love about blue startups. They don't really need a specific range of age, but they want people with amazing ideas. Now let's talk about my land, my people, my community, Surf Break. You are a part of this amazing blue startups, meaning you're coming here to Hawaii to train, to develop, to empower your business, but you need a place to stay and to feed yourself with love and community. And then you find us. Tell us everything about us. I want to hear.
It's amazing. I actually think how we can expand this to Croatia. Like this is a, I cannot believe, like Stacklist, I cannot believe surf break does not exist everywhere in the world. Like it should be all over the place. I mean, being able to meet all of these really amazing people and exchange visions and goals and to see how other people are working and executing on everything, it's amazing. I love it, from the room to the kitchen.
We get to share with you the most intimate parts of your life. We have professionals, like I said, from all over the world. There are people that are making such difference in the world. They're top of their fields. There yet we see you guys at the kitchen exchanging a spicy food, making silly jokes, fighting all over the remote control to watch some entertainment, going on hikes and getting lost. For us, it's such a beautiful motivation to understand that the world has hope. Because you usually think, what's going to happen to our generations, to you kids? This world is lost, is rotten. But then you see these kind of professionals, you know that are people that are thriving, they are making great success, but they also have such good hearts. They take care of their bodies or their souls. So for that, it's fantastic. Let us know the best thing about Surfbreak and why would you recommend it if you do to other entrepreneurs that want to come to Hawaii?
Would always recommend it, no questions about that, because it's an amazing way to meet all various kinds of people, exchange ideas, and just be in a community that cares. I think that's what matters. I've experienced nothing but support since the moment I landed and put my suitcase in this room. So to be able to experience that all the way from Croatia, no judgment, no expectations, nothing, just really support, community. You can ask for anything. That's really special to me.
Thank you. And for us, it's so special because that our community is growing. So if you need lawyers, we have lawyers in the community. If you need realtors, if you need designers, we all want to help each other because we really do believe that this world deserves the best. So yay to Surfbreak, yay to RJ for coming with this magnificent idea. Hopefully Surfbreak will be in Croatia soon. But before that happens, I want to go deep in some questions that are important for us developers and entrepreneurs. Some of the people that arrive have just finished university. They're coming from Harvard. They're coming from Yale with amazing startups. Some of them are in the middle of their career. Some of them are so successful that they are tired. That they all just want to surf. But for women, it's always harder. It shouldn't necessarily be like that, but it's harder. So would you tell me what are the best advice that you could give to women that are starting their careers and they want to thrive in this digital nomad world and in this entrepreneur world? Because it's not easy.
Oh, it really is not. You know how many times I joined the meeting and it was the room full of men, and you question yourself, do I really belong here? Sometimes you are really like, okay, I'm the one who does not fit in this room. But then I would tell my 10 younger self that don't take that shit and don't do all of those thinking. No, just scratch that. When you think about that, just, take it out, put it into the trash, and have confidence in yourself, learn, always learn new stuff, be on top of your game. And if you are on the top of your game, that's it. Like you belong wherever you want.
I love that. And I've seen you ask so many questions to many different people as absorbing the information to use it to become powerful and stronger. So I think that's an amazing tip. Another thing, mostly for women, but I think this goes for everyone that's starting their career. How do you deal with rejection? How do you do?
Sometimes can be tough, yeah, I will not lie, you know. Sometimes you wonder, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this, or like maybe it can get into your head, especially if you are in a low period of your life in general, then it can be, oh shoot, like this on top of everything, and then but that feeling can be present and it's good that it's present, but yet again, like you need to bounce out of that really quickly and work on yourself and see where you can upgrade yourself and just try again and try again and try again.
That's so beautiful. Try and try and try. And we see it happening with the women that we have in our community. They won't give up. And that's why we have each other as community, but as women also. Now, another hard question is not happening to all of us because not all of us have the challenge to deal with a great career and also a family, meaning a husband and kids. How do you balance that?
That's tough one and that's challenging for sure. Like there are moments where I think I would just, go into the bed, cover myself with blanket and just wake me up in a month. Yeah, I mean, life is not easy. Definitely. Life is challenging and it can throw curveballs at you at any time. But if you have good support and if you are partners in whatever you do, then it becomes easier.
I love that. It's part of our empowerment as well to choose a good partner, to understand that once we are with a man, a woman, trans, whatever you decide to be with, make sure that that person understands that your growth is important and it is possible when there's such beautiful communication. Okay. Allow me a couple of more intimate questions because we really want to inspire people that sometimes are scared. How? Yeah, I'm like, preparing. How are you preparing yourself for the growth of this? Meaning that Stacklist is growing really fast, and sometimes you're not prepared. It can escape from your management. How are you preparing for the success that it's coming every day? Because I follow up with you and I follow up with Kyle, and every day you're closing new businesses, you have new clients. How are you preparing for the success?
That's a good question, and I'm not sure if you can fully prepare for, and hopefully that's for us in the stars and in the future. I don't think you can fully be prepared for that because you can run various scenarios in your head and think that it will go this way or that way. It can be kaboom tomorrow, but yeah, I don't know. I try to be humble and you know prepare for worst case and best case scenario as best as I can and see where it gets.
And it's true. I mean, I had the time and the honor to spend quality time with you guys. You are so down to earth, so humble, so ready to learn from everyone. So it's truly inspiring. Let's jump.
One more. You know what I really want to have in every conversation I engage with, even from the kitchen conversation to the boardroom conversation, I want to have something out of that conversation. So I always try to learn from the person who is opposite of me, and I'm taking something from that. And I think that helped me grow in a way like there's always stuff to learn. The other person has knowledge that you do not have. Take advantage, learn, and, evolve.
And I've seen you. I've seen you like a little kid paying attention to everyone's words. Like it is beautiful and it's inspiring. And I'm so honored to follow your career and follow Kyle's career. Before we wrap up, Stacklist. Who is this not for? We talked about in the last episode, in the first episode, this is for companies that are trying to optimize their services, their recommendations, This is for hotels that want to give their customers the best things. This is also for your mom, your sister, your friend that want to recommend their lifestyle and the amazing trips. Who's this not for?
It's for everyone. And that's what scares most investors, because imagine what you mentioned, like your mom can use it for recipes and share with you. Business can use it for recommendations in the local environment or beyond that. Businesses can use it as their own content management system, so they can put all the stuff they are using inside. It can be used, we saw it from the chefs, entrepreneurs, bloggers, moms, whatever, you name it, and every person can figure out use case for themselves, for sure. I have
And
no doubt in my head.
it's scary. It is
It's
scary
scary.
because
Yeah.
it's something that everyone needs. Where do I organize all my life and my tastes and my likes and share it with the world? Well, you go to Stacklist. At Surfbreak, we hired you, and we hired you because RJ, our founder, he has an eye for businesses. I didn't understand very well, and I've learned, as you've learned to trust Kyle, when he says something, before I was like, but now he says my gut speaks to me, and now I understand that the gut is super wise. He always knows when a business is going to thrive. So what we did with you, we organized a beer and pizza night. We gather as many members of our community, and we ask them, pick your favorite places. Pick the beaches you like, pick restaurants, party places, anything that you love to do in Hawaii. So our next members, when they arrive, they don't have to ask anymore what's to do here. They can scan it and they have reference for the past or former members and have an amazing time.
That's the goal. And that's the beauty of it, when you see it used like that. And yeah, I have no words. That party was amazing, and we gathered 200 plus more recommendations, and it was great.
Yeah, and we had so much fun, and the way you design it, it's so friendly user. The replies we get from your emails, you really, really feel that people are understanding and using it very easily, saving time. To me, the main value of this service is that you get to save time, but you also get to use part of your soul and share with the world. Tell us, before we wrap up, how is the Stacklist going to change the world? Like, what do we think is going to happen in the next 5 years? And careful, because the mouth has power. So tell me.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it will become everyday app, It will become everybody's best app ever, It will be stack it, like you call Uber it, stack it. It will become that powerful for sure. You'll see. Mark my words.
I am the one with the words because it's so easy and so necessary. It's like share who am I and what I love and check it and leave it and taste it and then share it with others if you want. Final words of wisdom, of hope, of cheering or like scolding, whatever you want to say about young entrepreneurs that are thinking, I can no longer do this. I can't no longer work for a company. I can no longer do these crazy hours. I want to do something that is mine, but I'm super scared.
Life is short. Life is too short for that sentence. You should do you in every time you think about something that should be out there and you have an idea, execute. Life is too short to doubt yourself.
Amen, hermana. Well, we promise that we're going to sing. So I'll catch you tuned because, our audience is very fanatic and we need to deliver what we say. So do you do the Ricky
Which
Martin
one?
song?
Mi
What's the
cora-
most Mi corazón, la la, mi corazón. Okay, we're gonna take, for those who are watching, we're gonna take the party outside. If you want to join, just, send me a WhatsApp. Thank you so much to Stacklist. They're leaving Hawaii in,
Sunday in a couple of days.
for us, that's the worst thing of my job. I have the best job ever. I get to see you. I get to love you. I get to presence and witness the amazing work that you're doing for the world. And then I see you go, and I found about your success in magazines, in television, in WhatsApps that you send me, in the Instagrams that I follow like a grandma, like, oh, this is my girl. I'm so proud. Thank you for being a surf breaker. Thank you for all the love that you and Kyle brought. We hope nothing but light. Please keep that aloha that Surf Break and Blue Startups and Hawaii has given you, and stay humble like you taught us. Hopefully, Stacklist will be making history even bigger and more as it's doing right now. Aloha, big aloha, mi hermana querida.
Thank you for everything.
Aloha, everyone. We'll see you with another amazing profile. That was Stacklist, Martina and Kyle. We'll be hearing from them. They're making history. Hopefully, when they come next year in their own helicopter, we'll get to catch up with them as well. Lots of love. Aloha.
Bye.